I know my parents loved me. I was one of 7 kids, and I have to say, my folks weren't very smart at all. Trying to raise us on a single substitute teacher's salary. But they loved us very much. I know because they often said so. They tossed around the words so much, they might have been punctuation to everything else they said. On our birthdays, our mum and dad would gather us up and tell us the story of how we joined the family. While the older kids would always roll their eyes, the younger ones would always scream, "Ew!" My dad and my mom always stated, "You came into our family howling and covered in your mother's blood. Boy, did you have a set of lungs on you." That sort of thing. We didn't have much, and what we had was shared. We had the hand-me-downs that were kept until they were shreds, and then used as rags for the family. But nothing was ever wasted. We also moved a lot. And as I got older, I put 2 and 2 together. And I slowly realized that the vagrancy was because they usually have to skip town, lest the angry landlords come after us for the missed rent. It's true that things were tight, but then so were we. My big sister, in fact, talked to me every day over the phone, even after she left for college. And my brothers were always there for me when the neighborhood kids would pick fights. Those kids were mean in the way only kids could be. A lot of it had to do with neighborhood gossip, that we were all bastards from various affairs my mom had had. I guess I can see why they might have thought that. I mean, line us all up and we don't really look all that related. But my parents were crazy in love, and I knew they'd never consider cheating. There was only one more after me. In fact, Mom never let on that we were having another sibling. I guess she just wanted to be sure about it. But I was very surprised that they were having another one. I was a preteen by then, so I thought I'd be the baby of the family forever. But him? Poor kid, he was going to be the same age as his niece, my sister, having just had her first when Mom made the announcement. A month of waiting hand and foot on my mum, who fussed about cradles and baby names. Then, my parents went away for a few days, and when they got back, I had a little brother. However, when I laid eyes on him, I got a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. I knew what healthy newborns look like. And my new brother, he didn't look like a healthy newborn. If I knew then what I know now, I would have told someone. Child services, a teacher maybe. But I was blissfully, even willfully ignorant. And I did nothing. I tried. I really did. I tried to treat my baby brother like one of the family. But I think it was relief for everybody when I moved out a few years later. There was just too much tension. 5 weeks before graduation, I got the call. "Come home quick, Mom has cancer." I dropped everything to go to her. I mean, wouldn't you? My sister had become a doctor at this point. Did I mention that? She basically moved in to be Mom's full-time nurse. And from her expression when she opened the door, I knew it was bad. Ma kept her head up, but within months, she was gone. After that, I remember my sister staying up very late, She was always looking over Mom's medical information and muttering about how impossible it all was. I didn't understand it then, but I do now. Shortly after the funeral, my dad took the last of her meds into the bathroom and he followed after her. He only left us a letter, the bastard. After the police and the ambulance left, I watched my oldest brother read it before chugging into the fireplace. He said we didn't need to know why Dad did what he did. That all we had to know was how much he loved us and Mum. He looked right at my sister as he said it. That sick feeling that had been sitting coiled in my gut for 8 years just suddenly solidified. And later, when I dug Mom's medical records out of the trash, I finally understood that feeling. You see, my mom, she had a history of ovarian cancer in her family. Hell, my mom had a lot of bad medical history. What must have been the most devastating to her was the infertility it caused. Not after my youngest brother, oh no. 2 years before the oldest. She always did tell me that she wanted a big family. I finally understood. The low-profile job my dad worked, the constant moving, especially the way we all looked different, and the pregnancies that were not announced before time, the birthday stories, and most definitely, the suicide. All of it, I finally understood. But most importantly of all, was the way my baby brother had looked the day my parents brought him home. Not like a real newborn. Like a TV newborn. Like a baby, already 2 or 3 months old. And finally, the thing I looked up later, after I had gone thoroughly drunk. The string of murders that followed my family's trail the whole time. As my parents had so eloquently put it, we all came into the family crying and covered in our mother's blood, but it wasn't the blood of the woman who raised us.